Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is October 25th, 2018, the home of the 2-minute price prediction, as well as giving you all the news according to the charts. Now, what we got for you today is definitely something that may surprise you. Okay, it is an article that we found on Investor Place. We will place this link in the description of this video, just in case you guys would like to dig a little bit further. But before I get into this article, please make sure that you all like and share this video, because I know that this cannabis industry is increasing in popularity. So I definitely want to get this article out to those who might need to know. Okay, now granted, we do not follow articles, so understand that what we do, we go ahead and look at the articles in which we read and make sure that it all looks the same on the price charts. Okay, now this article, it's about 2 toxic cannabis stocks that needs to be avoided at all costs. And what would you guys see? Nobody has actually placed their name as the author of this article. You can see that Investor Place staff is ambiguous. We do not know whether it's a male or female. And on top of that, it kind of makes you seem as if they are trying to keep the identity secret. You guys can see that this article was uploaded October 24, 2018. The title reads, 2 toxic pot stocks you should avoid like the plague. Before you put even a penny into the surging cannabis boom, you got to see this. So already I'm reading this particular article as a negative for Aurora Cannabis and Tilray. And you can tell that whoever wrote this article is literally telling us, if we go in blindly in this relatively new market, then it could have some very devastating consequences for you. Looking at Aurora Cannabis right now, you can see that the stock, whoever wrote this article wrote, the stock now sells at more than 260 times sales. That's nearly unheard of in the history of publicly traded companies. Another thing that this writer wrote about Aurora Cannabis is that the buying spree that this company has been doing over the last 2 years, they have been issuing more shares and taking on more debt. So given the fact that the stock is selling more than what is actually bringing in, and how this company has also increased its debt, definitely indicates that this particular stock should not be trading where it has been trading over the last couple of weeks. We will look at the price charts a little bit better as to the accuracy of this article. The next one is Tilray. Tilray is a stock in the new cannabis industry. It is traded on the New York Stock Exchange as well, or NASDAQ, I believe. Let me see real quick. Yes, it's traded on the NASDAQ. And you can see here on this particular article that the stock was a buy in August, right there around $25. And once it went all the way up there towards 167, when higher than that, it was way overvalued according to this article, and the upside was limited at that price. The stock is trading at an insane 355 times sales over the last 12 months. That's a lot higher than what Aurora Cannabis was times sales were at 260. That gives you a market cap of around $15.5 billion, and that's a price to sales ratio of 100. That's ridiculous to have that high of a ratio for a price to sales stock. So now, of course, this article is literally trying to inform the reader that these 2 stocks need to be avoided like there's no tomorrow. There are other stocks within this cannabis industry that can be focused on and researched about in order to actually get some traction into this cannabis industry. It goes on and talk about that somewhat in this article, so you could go ahead and read that as we post a link in this description. But what we're going to do, we're going to make sense of what this article is reading according to the price chart. Okay, so now the first one that they brought up in this article, even though it has number 2, is Aurora Cannabis. So we're going to look at that chart right now. So this is the price chart for Aurora Cannabis. This is the weekly chart. This is the one that is traded on the Canadian Stock Exchange. And definitely, we got one more day before this weekly bar completes. And if, in fact, Aurora closes towards low of that weekly bar at that $9 area, then definitely expect continuation to the downside to occur in this stock. It could be around $8. But ultimately, you can see that it can come all the way down to $6 or even $5 once everything is said and done. And actually, this weekly chart is reflecting that the movement to the downside is not over. Okay, so this article is panning out to what is actually being seen on the price chart. I'm still seeing indication that this stock is going to continue to move lower. It is not a buy in our opinion. Of what the price chart is literally telling us. Okay, so as we continue to go out in time, please keep your eyes open in Aurora as to where it's going to find support. I'm still looking for this particular stock to move lower. It might try to find support around that $8, $7.50 area. But if the overall stock market gets in a huge correction, we could come all the way back down to $5 when everything is said and done. So obviously, long term, I definitely don't see Aurora Cannabis being a buy at the moment. Now let's go ahead and look at Tilray. Okay, so this is the weekly chart for Tilray, and I went ahead and I've drawn this ascension line in Tilray, and you can see on this current weekly bar we are breaking that ascension line. That tells you that the market is not giving us any strength, right? So literally $100 can be an area of support for Tilray. But like I said about Aurora, if this particular weekly bar closes towards the low of it, then Tilray can move a lot lower in price. Okay, this is a little bit better, a little bit more detail as to Tilray breaking our ascension line. So I am still seeing indications of weakness in the market for Tilray. But as I mentioned, $100 can be support. But overall, since these two companies given their financial information on that article, if they're really trading that high time sales, and is literally unheard of in the history of publicly traded companies, then Tilray can move a lot lower in price. So keep that in mind too. I'm still seeing though that Tilray is not a buy, neither according to this price chart. It is not telling us that it is time for anyone to come into this particular stock, even Aurora. Okay, so what the article is writing about definitely is being seen on these price charts. So again, taking it what it's worth. What is your opinion? We would like to definitely know what you think about these two stocks, because these two stocks actually are within the top 3 in the cannabis market right now. Okay, so you would expect some euphoria, some news to come around these two particular stocks. So it could be some fear mongering going on in these two particular companies, and actually it might shoot up to the upside. But what we see on the price chart, which is the true depiction as to what the market is going to do, definitely is continuing to show us that weakness is still here. So that's why our analysis will have to be for Tilray and Aurora to continue to move low in price. We will continue to look out for these stocks to see where support is going to be. Okay, so we would like to know your thoughts. Do you guys still think that Aurora Cannabis and Tilray are buy opportunities, or should we wait to see where support is going to be? Leave us a comment in the comment section of this video. And as well, if this is your first time watching this video and you see how easy it is to predict price movement, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We are the only organization that are looking at articles to make sure that what we see on the price chart, if they actually make sense and if they go together. Okay, because a lot of people literally take articles and videos at face value and run with it. Well, what we do, we analyze the articles according to the price charts to make sure that it actually makes sense. So again, make sure you subscribe to this channel, leave us a comment, and go ahead and like and share this video while you're at it. We do appreciate you all watching. Make sure you all maintain your profitability, and I will see you all later.